Oily. Oily, oily. I'm oil Rick. Hi guys, so this video is going to be my acne story. Sounds like it's really intense. It definitely is. No it's not, but I have gone through like probably more than 10 drugs for acne. I've been going to dermatologist since 7th grade, so I know some of the ins and outs of everything, enough that I feel confident enough to talk about it if it can help someone, all those good things. And also I wanted to say this is gonna be a little video series. I am willing to talk about anything and everything that has to do with acne. That sounds so weird, but like I feel like I have experience in that world, so that's awesome. But really, like anything that has to do with Accutane, any drug, like I've been through so many things. So like leave a comment down below if you have a certain video or something you want me to talk about, or a question you want me to answer, because I can reply to comments, I can answer questions about it on video, I can do whatever. So just let me know. This is the first video. Second video is going to be all of the products like that have helped me survive Accutane, because let me just tell you, in the first 2 months with the videos that I was watching, at least, nothing was helpful, and nothing, I know everybody's different, but I was literally cracking, dying, lips bleeding, brown lips, my face was peeling, I couldn't wear makeup because my face was peeling off, everything was a mess, and I'm on a higher dosage now and I got myself together because I found products that work. So my next video will be discussing all of those great things, because I wish I would have had a video of things that actually worked. Not to bash anybody else, but like when I started, like, yeah, stop saying like, okay, let's get into this video though, because this is not about my products, this is about my story with Accutane. So I started going to the dermatologist in 7th grade, and at that point I didn't have any here or on my back yet. It was all on my face, and it was mostly my forehead. I've never been someone who had it on my cheeks, but it was always here, my chin, all that fun stuff. But it was always here, on here, wherever. It wasn't here. It was on my forehead and on my chin. And it got to the point where it was very bad. Like, I had someone tell me they like thought I was really pretty, but I had too terrible of acne or something to talk. I don't even remember exactly the words. I'm not gonna say who it was, but I was just like, my 7th grade self was so confused as to who asked them. But somebody ever said something mean to you about your acne, like, just know that you are gonna glow up. Like, you don't even look bad now, girl. You already look so good. Like, you are popping. But acne is such a temporary thing. I have never been someone who bases anything on acne because it's so temporary. Like, it's literally just something everyone's middle school and high school self goes through. But anyway, that was kind of my like point where I was like, okay, it is kind of bad. It is kind of everywhere. I was like, I'm not, my type of acne has never been like the big like scabby stuff either. Sounds so gross. Okay, I don't want to sound like I'm sounding gross because it's natural, but I'm so frustrating to myself. But I had like the little bumps like all over my forehead. Like, I was a sandpaper surface. I was rough. And so I went to the dermatologist for the first time, and they gave me, I don't even actually remember the name of what thing. I'm a terrible help to all of this. But anyway, they gave me something the first time that was weak. It did not work. And insert picture of the devil here. Cetaphil. Your dermatologist, if yours is anything like mine, they will be all about that Cetaphil because they're paid. Okay, I don't actually know that they're paid, but they have to be because that stuff is terrible, at least for me. And you might be like, Cetaphil cleared me up. It saved my life. You are a bloody liar. I'm sorry. But at least for me, and my good friend Hannah said the same thing. So I know that it's not, it might just be my skin type. By the way, guys, I should have added this. My skin type is oily. Oily. I'm oil Rick. I'm a mess. But yes, so Cetaphil gave me worse acne, and so I paid all that money to go to the dermatologist first time, and my acne was worse. So that's always a great feeling, and it's always super duper exciting when that happens, of course, and you're just so satisfied. No, but I had to go back, and then they put me on Let me go get it. I'm a flop. They put me on this, and this looks so gross. I'm gonna cover this side, but this is what they put me on, and this is it. And this is very good. This worked for me for a long time. This worked for me for 4 years on my face. Like it never stopped working on my face. It kept me pretty clear. But my problems and the reasons I went from that is when I started breaking out on my chest and back, that did not help at all. That gave me nothing. I didn't, 8th grade, I was just on this. I didn't have anything here yet. My face was fine. I went to the dermatologist once every 6 months. It was all good. Freshman year is when it got bad in high school, which was last year. My chest was completely covered. My back was covered. I don't know how you, okay, I do know how you girl. Freshman year, I wore a strapless dress. Homecoming. I kid you not, I had to wear so much foundation. You're like, exposing myself. But I did because I was just broken out so badly, and I'm sure it still looked like it's pretty obvious, like it was still super probably bumpy and everything like that, but it made me feel a little bit better and cuter and everything. But it was bad there then, and this didn't help there at all. It kept working on my face, but this was just a different kind of acne. And so that was when I started using I'll go get that too. I'm such a flop. And this is what I use in the shower. It's a Clinique cleansing foam. It's the step 1 of their process thing. This is the only step I used. This worked really well. This is a alternative if Accutane isn't going to be in the picture for you, either financially or like beliefs or whatever it is. This is something you can buy at the mall. Cliniques, like they sell them in Dillard's and I don't know what other stores, but this kept my acne, chest acne, from going too far. Like it was still bad, but it was not as bad when I used this. So I recommend this if Accutane is never going to be in the picture for you. This is a good, or if you can't afford to go to the dermatologist, I strongly recommend this product right here. And then this year is when it got to its worst, and most of my acne story journey is in this past year, because this is when it got to the, obviously I started Accutane, so it got to the breaking point. Mine was terrible about right before homecoming, and I went to the dermatologist and I said, is there anything I can do to get this cleared up, because I was just feeling super unconfident about it. My face started breaking out again. This stuff wasn't working anymore for me. It wasn't keeping me clear or anything like that, and my chest and back were like out of control. I felt gross. I was disgusted kind of by myself, because like if you itch your shoulder and you get a scab, you're gonna start feeling gross and you're not gonna feel your most confident. As much as I can say acne is natural, it still kind of sucks when you have it, and that's obviously why I've put so much money and effort into trying to, like, in doctor's appointments and times into trying to get rid of it, because it does suck. So I said this, that, I wanted it completely cleared before homecoming if that was possible. And my doctor said sure. I got a new doctor at this point at my building, because my other one obviously hadn't been able to help my back or chest with anything they had prescribed. So she prescribed me to a new drug, and again, I don't have the name of it to give you guys. I'm not going to give you the name because it might be something that works for you, and I don't want to shrug the topicals away from you, because that is better for your body than Accutane. But I went on something else. Oh, freeze frame. I forgot to mention, I was on amoxicillin. I'm pretty sure that's the drug I was on for 3 years. I think 3 years, yes, to help my acne. That's a long time to be on something, so obviously it wasn't really helpful anymore, but I think I was on that for like 3 years. It didn't do much, so. But I went on this new thing right before homecoming, and it went crazy. I have never seen like so much on myself. It was like this cream stuff that they gave me, and I put it on my chest and back, and I was very like, I was gonna do it every single day when I was supposed to do it, because I was not gonna miss one, because I wanted to be cleared up so that I could wear a strapless dress or something to homecoming that I felt cute in, or just in general for life. But it made it 20 bajillion times worse. I basically total freak out. I was freaking out over this, because it was just so bad. My mom knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. It was bad. Back to the dermatologist. I scheduled like an emergency appointment. I was like, we're going back. We're fixing this, because this is terrible. And my dermatologist was shocked. Like she did not know what it was. And they then she brought in another doctor and they're like, oh, what is this? Like, they didn't even know if it was acne at this point because it was so everywhere, so bad. Like from here up, I was just a mess. And they were like, we should maybe do a biopsy on her. Like, it looks like something's wrong with her. Like, literally, I had a little girl ask me when I was a lifeguard if I had a disease because I had it like so bad here, which let's just say that's not the greatest thing she didn't know. She was little, but like that hurt. So I've cried for myself, but I'm so dramatic. Yeah, but they said they wanted to do a biopsy. They didn't know what it was, and of course I said no biopsy, like no. And then they had a doctor come in and they're like, you know what, they think it's just like persistent acne everywhere. And then they thought that the drug that they'd given me before, the company had given me a steroid that basically made the acne grow all over, and so they had to do all this stuff, craziness. But then we basically sat down and we decided we're done with it, we're gonna start Accutane, we're done with it. And I'm making it sound so much more simple than it was, because my mom wanted me to start Accutane, my doctor wanted me to start Accutane, but I did not want to start Accutane. And it wasn't because I was worried about my body with dealing with it or any of that. It was strictly, literally just because I had to get my blood drawn, and that was my biggest life fear. And let me just say, I had a nice mental breakdown that afternoon, and I figured out I was gonna get my blood drawn once a month for 6 months at the least. But I did it, and they started me on it, and I started my Accutane. And I know I've watched tons of videos and other people have had different experiences, so I'm just speaking from my experience, but I never experienced that initial breakout from it. I would have taken videos my mom wanted me to, and it would have been better for this if I had videos of what my acne looked like before, but I was honestly too self-conscious at the time, and I could not imagine it getting better, and I couldn't be on camera with it like that. And I know that probably sounds really stupid, but I just honestly couldn't have dealt with that, and I didn't want that at the time, so I didn't do it. But my acne cleared up within at least 2 weeks. I had nothing. All of my acne was gone. I know it doesn't happen for everyone, but mine never got worse, it just got better. In 2 weeks, my acne was completely gone. I have broken out once since I started Accutane 5 months ago. It's insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was kind of all over the place and kind of a random video. This one was kind of just to introduce everything, because I want to do a few videos on this, because Accutane is kind of a crazy experience, and I wish I would have had more resources to go to for information about it, just for if one of my viewers is going on it and they need help, this is for them. Like, I just want to help someone because I needed someone when I was starting this. I want to do a video talking about my whole Accutane experience, because there is a lot of side effects and there is a lot of things I have dealt with it that have been hard, but it is temporary, and I just have to keep that in my mind, because it has cleared me up so well, and it is helping with my scarring. I will be straight up with you guys now that I can, but I do have some scarring. This is eczema. I have developed eczema while I'm on Accutane, but that's how clear I am, and I do have scarring, and that is something I'm gonna have to deal with, and I wish I would have gotten Accutane sooner so I wouldn't have the scars that I have, but scars happen.